Hey everybody, this is D Hunter, bringing another action figure review. Today, we're going to be looking at the McFarlane DC Multiverse Gotham Knights Robin action figure. This is the Tim Drake version of Robin. This is McFarlane's first Tim Drake figure, although there's a rumored upcoming Red Robin from the comics. This is going to complete the entire team of 4 playable heroes from the game Gotham Knights, which still doesn't have a release date. I ordered my figure from Amazon.com, and he arrived on time. So let's go and check out the packaging. As you can see at the top, 22 moving parts, McFarlane toys, ages 12 plus, DC Multiverse Robin. Here he is in the package. He comes with a large staff, collector's card, and a display stand. One side of the package, Robin from Gotham Knights. Other side simply says Robin. At the bottom, got a bunch of credits, and there is a barcode, in case that helps anybody. On the back side, here's Robin posed up. And here are a bunch of other recently released McFarlane DC Multiverse figures you should check out. So with no further ado, let's open them up. And I did end up getting 2 of these figures, one of which to open and enjoy, and one to keep unopened in my complete 6 and 7 inch unopened Batman-related action figure collection. And here are all 4 figures, making up the teams of playable characters from Gotham Knights. Now the only 2 figures I don't have in the package are going to be the unpainted artist-proof Platinum Chase variant versions of Red Hood and Batgirl. On the lookout for them. Alright, now that we got this figure out of the package, here he is with all his accessories laid out. We have a display stand, a collector's card, and then Robin's signature staff. But before I take a look at the accessories, let's talk about and check out the actual figure. So this is Tim Drake as Robin from Gotham Knights. Gotham Knights is a complete reboot of the Batman video game universe. It is not connected to the Arkham franchise. And it's kind of weird because it starts off with Batman being killed, which is how Arkham Knight ended. But they can bring back any of the characters they killed off in the Arkham series. This is McFarlane's first Tim Drake figure. Very excited for this guy, although I'm more excited for the comic version, and I would love a 90s Tim Drake as Robin. So let's take a look at the figure. Starting with his head here, it looks pretty good. Looks kind of like Damian Wayne. The hair, sort of face. Domino mask, a little bit pointed at the top and bottom. Looks pretty cool. Hair, kind of flowing back. Not your traditional Tim Drake hair. He's got kind of a hoodie on. You see a little string here, very similar to the Gotham Knights Red Hood figure. Got the hood going down the back. I assume this is some sort of armored hoodie or jacket. The texturing is very nice. You can probably see that all up and down there. It's a soft goods overlay, so we should have articulation underneath. Still having different texture, consistent on different parts of the suit. I like what I'm seeing. Looks like double jointed elbows. Of course, we have some yellow, some red, some green. The signature Robin colors, but done in a completely different way. Double jointed knees. Nothing really impressive going on with the shoes or feet. He has sort of a cape thing coming down. Hate to say it, it looks kind of dumb. I don't mean the figure made it dumb, but the design itself. Just really short, even with his sort of jacket or armor there. Overall, very pleased with the figure so far. He's going to be a great fill-in for Red Robin until they actually make one. But I'll tell you, just looking at his face, it really screams Damian Wayne to me, especially the hair. And just a closer look at his face, or head sculpt. Pretty pleased with what I'm seeing right now. Now let's take a look at his accessories, and let's start off with the boring stuff. Here's his display stand, typical McFarlane stand, black perfect circle, says DC at the bottom. It's got 1 peg for the pegals on his feet, very thin, very basic. Here's his collector's card. It's the Tim Drake Robin, standing in front of a background. It's kind of matrixy, a lot of computer coding and whatnot. Very appropriate for Tim Drake. He's always been tech savvy, really good at computers, but not as good as Oracle. A little closer look. Robin standing there. Robin from Gotham Knights. On the back, there is a description. If you want to read that, go ahead and pause now. Here's his staff. It's a little bit warped for the packaging. So I took this staff, dipped it into some boiling water, and it corrected itself. For those of you that are not familiar with that process, I simply took a microwave-safe cup, filled it with water, put it in the microwave for about 3 minutes till it's boiling, and then I dipped the accessory in there, and it reverted back to its naturally made position. Here's Robin holding his staff. He can hold it with either one hand, or he can hold it with 2 hands, like so. Now that we've taken a pretty good look at both the figure and its accessories, now let's check out his height. From bottom to the top of his head, he's standing at about 6.7 inches tall, which you can translate to about 17 centimeters. Now, he's part of the 7-inch scale line. 6.7 inches is a little bit smaller than 7 inches, obviously. But Tim Drake, a little bit younger and shorter than some of the other heroes. Now let's check out his articulation. Starting with his head here. Of course, it can rotate from side to side. It can look up about that far, down about that far. Not too bad. I feel like his head is sort of a little too far forward. Looks a little off. Can't tilt his head from one side to the other. Give him a good amount of personality. Shoulders on a ball joint. Goes out a little bit more than 90 degrees. Up, down, around, all that good stuff. He's got the McFarlane butterfly joints, or at least you can move the arm around. Can't really see him under the soft goods overlay. Pretty confident they're there, though. Bicep cut below that. Double jointed elbows. They go all the way in. His wrist has a ball in it. Can rotate, and it's going to be hinged as well. Now, he probably has double ball joints here, like most McFarlane figures. Let's see how well it works. So this is his waist moving around, forward and back. Now, I can feel that it can sort of bend a little bit inside of there. It's really mostly his waist you're getting, but I definitely can feel there's articulation here. And you know what? It does sort of hold some of those poses. A lot of the other soft goods overlay, yeah, you can move them, but they just snap right back in place. So you get a little something out of here. We get quite a bit up here. You can completely rotate him around. Pretty wide range of motion there. His legs, completely does splits. Not a ball joint, but a similar type idea. Rotation is very minimal. Go forward about that far. Back, not too much. Double jointed knees below that. Then his ankle has a ball in it. Goes forward and back. Can rotate, tilt, rock. And he's got toe articulation. Here's Robin on a rooftop overlooking Gotham City. Here are the 4 heroes from Gotham Knights on the rooftop. And here they are, with their weapons drawn, ready for action. Here's Robin in a steel mill factory. He's investigating the Court of Owls, looking for some clues. He finds his owl mask on the floor and realizes something's going on. Before he knows it, he is surrounded by talons. And I'm sure some of you guys know this, but in the game, Robin has access to the Justice League Watchtower's computer. He's able to teleport around by using its technology. Robin contacts the Watchtower and teleports out. Here are all the playable characters from Gotham Knights, riding on 4 McFarlane White Knight Batcycles. Now I'm really surprised that McFarlane does not appear to be making a motorcycle from this game. I think it's right up their alley. They make a lot of different motorcycle and Batcycles. And just a closer look as they drive down the streets of Gotham. Now let's check them out, next to some of their action figures. Starting off with some other McFarlane DC Multiverse figures. Here's Robin next to Batgirl. These are the 2 figures that just released from Gotham Knights. First we had Nightwing and Red Hood, now Robin and Batgirl to complete the team. And here are all 4 of the Gotham Knights figures McFarlane has made. My fingers are crossed that they give us a Talon. It would be a great army builder. Now I want to bring to your attention the scale of these figures. I think McFarlane did a really nice job. You can see Nightwing and a Red Hood, pretty much full size of a grown man. Batgirl's a little bit shorter, and Robin seems to be about the same size as Batgirl. They definitely took into consideration that Tim Drake and Barbara Gordon are going to be shorter than Dick Grayson and Jason Todd. Now, Gotham Knights is not the only DC game that McFarlane has made figures from. McFarlane went back and made a bunch of figures from the Arkham universe. From left to right, we have the Arkham Asylum Batman, Arkham Knight Batman, Gotham Knights Robin, Arkham Asylum Joker, and Arkham Origins Deathstroke. I think this Arkham Knight Batman actually fits in really good with the Gotham Knights team. And here's for the Gotham Knights Robin, next to the Injustice 2 figures. Although there are no more currently confirmed Gotham Knights figures coming out, the next rumored video game figures are Arkham Knight from Arkham Knight, and also Green Arrow and Reverse Flash from Injustice 2. Here are all the different Bat Family characters that McFarlane has made so far. All these guys are from the comics, except for Robin from Gotham Knights. For the moment, he's going to be my fill-in for Red Robin until McFarlane makes that one that's been on the leaked list for so long now. Should be coming soon. And I would say each of these figures are my favorite versions McFarlane has made by each of these characters. The Gotham Knights Nightwing, for example, he's close enough to fudge into your comic display. Here are all the different Robin figures McFarlane has made in their DC Multiverse line. From left to right, we have Damian Wayne as Robin for the Rebirth comics, Tim Drake as Robin from Gotham Knights, one of the Robin Crows from Dark Knight's Metal, and then Carrie Kelly as Robin from Batman, The Dark Knight Returns. The next Robin they're going to make is another Damian Wayne in his current costume. It's a black Robin costume. And they're also going to be making it Tim Drake in his red Robin costume. Not exactly Robin, but pretty similar. Now let's check him out, next to some other recently released McFarlane DC Multiverse figures. Here he is, next to a couple of Lex Luthor figures. Then, next to the Dark Knight Returns Armored Batman Blue Edition and Superboy Prime. And here, next to a couple of Lobo figures. Then, next to the Mortal Kombat 11 Joker and the Birds of Prey Harley Quinn. And here he is, next to the recently released Batman 3 Joker's Wave. And now, next to all three different versions of the Swamp Thing Mega figure. Then, next to the Batman Who Laughs and Robin Crow's 4-pack. And here he is, next to the figures I have from the Batman line, still missing the unmasked Drifter Bruce Wayne. And now, next to the Speed Force Flash from Zack Snyder's Justice League, and Reverse Flash from DC's Rebirth comics. And finally, next to the Dark Knight Returns, build a Horsewave. Now let's check him out, next to some other Tim Drake as Robin figures. Here he is, with all my different DC Direct and DC Collectibles Tim Drake as Robin. There is one really nice one, I believe it's from Teen Titans. Would love to track that one down. Probably the best 90s Tim Drake in his Robin suit. And here he is, next to a Yamato Tim Drake as Robin. Then, next to all my different Mattel Red Robin figures. Here he is, next to all my different Red Robin figures. After Tim Drake stopped being Robin, he became the Red Robin, and Damian Wayne became Robin. On the left, that was his first suit as Red Robin, and then the fourth figure over, that was his second suit as Red Robin when he was working with the Teen Titans. And the last figure, that's more or less his current Red Robin costume for the Rebirth comics, and word is, McFarlane will be releasing a Tim Drake in that costume pretty soon. Now, technically, the figure on the far left is actually Dick Grayson in that costume. That's from Kingdom Come. Here he is, next to a custom Tim Drake in civilian attire that I made. He has that signature spiked hair that this Gotham Knights Tim Drake does not have. It was important to me that he used a body that was a little bit shorter than some of the other bodies, as he's often a teenager or really young adult. Now let's check him out, next to some action figures from different various companies, to see how he fits in both scale and style-wise, in case you want to know which lines you can mix him with. Since he's a McFarlane figure, they're typically the 7-inch scale. I'm going to start off my comparisons with some of the larger action figure lines I collect, and work my way smaller. And even though he's a 7-inch scale figure, he's a little bit smaller, he's a little bit younger than some of the other characters. Here he is, with some of his McFarlane Toys brothers. In front of you are 5 different action figure lines, all from McFarlane Toys, all 7-inch scale. Then, next to some more McFarlane Toys, these are from different various video game properties. And now, next to some Jakks-specific wrestling figures. And here he is, next to some DST or Diamond Select toys. Then, next to some DC Direct and DC Collectibles figures. And here he is, next to some NECA figures. Then, next to some Mattel wrestling figures. And now, next to some Jazzwares AEW wrestling figures. And here he is, next to some Mezco 112 collective figures. Then, next to some Mattel DC Universe Classics and Multiverse figures. And here he is, next to some Mafex figures. Then, next to some Hasbro Marvel Legends. And here he is, next to some SH Figure Arts action figures. And finally, next to some Jazzwares Fortnite figures. Overall, it's a very nice figure. I think his hair and head look more like Damian Wayne than what I pictured Tim Drake looking like. I'm really happy to have the entire team of playable characters from Gotham Knights complete before the game comes out. The game still doesn't even have a release date. This guy's articulation is excellent. This is one of the few examples where McFarlane actually successfully gives you articulation under the soft goods overlay. Usually it's all pointless because it can't hold its pose. His accessory, the staff, it's pretty cool. Although the light at the two ends doesn't really look like it does in the game. Sculpt and paint job are excellent. Really no issues with this guy's paint job. I like the different texture on the suit. If I were to rate this guy, probably going to give him a 7.5 out of 10. He's probably my least favorite of the four, although that doesn't mean he's a bad figure. This figure is still excellent, in my opinion. Really hope we get another figure. Please give us a Talon for the game. Fingers are still crossed for that. So this is D Hunter. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you liked the video, press like below. If you have anything you want to say about the video, add to the comment section. If you want to see additional action figure reviews from me, press subscribe. I do appreciate when you do that. Once again, this is D Hunter. Thank you guys for watching this video, and I'll talk to you guys real soon.